Okay, we have time for a few questions. I think we have the first one teed up.
Yes, my question, I'm Nelson DePasquale. I'm a broadcasting student here at Montclair. And right now, to everyone, it's unclear as to whether as to when Tiger's going to come back, and it seems to be unclear to himself too, but do you think he has a responsibility to come back to the tour as quick as he can? Does he own anything, or should he exercise his right to wait? And should it be all on his shoulders as to when he should come back?
I think it should be all on him. I think his responsibility now is to his wife and kids, and just trying to, apparently he's in more therapy now to try to conquer his alleged or apparent addiction. But I've always felt he was going to come back at Arnold Palmer's tournament at Bay Hill in Orlando. I thought that from day one, which is 2 weeks before the Masters. He's won that tournament 6 times. He loves the golf course. He's friendly with Arnold Palmer. And I thought that he could play that tournament, take a week off, which he likes to do before major tournaments anyway, and then play the Masters. But after his speech on Friday, it sounded like this could be more of a long-term thing. That's the first time I doubted whether he'd show up at the Masters. Before then, I thought he was a slam dunk at Augusta, and I have not booked my plane ticket yet for Augusta, because if he doesn't play in it, there's another sort of the magnitude of Tiger Woods. And I've covered the Masters every year. I don't know if I'd go, to be honest with you.
If I were a PGA professional, I would be every night having a votive candle and kneeling before it and say, Tiger, come back. You know, this weekend there was a match play tournament, and in the final, they've only got 2 players. And it was Ian Poulter, who's a little bit colorful, and Paul Casey, who is like this vanilla gray kind of individual. Yeah, 2 Brits. And I don't know what the ratings were, but they couldn't have been great. And the sponsorship of PGA tournaments is going to suffer. I would say, come back, Tiger.
Yeah, that really is the question, is who does he feel he owes it to? You know, I mean, right now, it seems to be, you know, he feels the responsibilities to his family. I mean, you know, Larry's right. I mean, you know, those guys on the tour, when you look at what's happened to tour earnings since he joined, it's unbelievable what he did for that business. And, you know, so what does he feel he owes them? You know, what's his motive in this? Is it to, you know, is it really his family? If that's the case, he seems to be making the right decision. Is it to restore the public image he had? If that's part of what he's doing, then, you know, he's taken the right steps, and it'll be a very carefully orchestrated thing. But he also, it was interesting that he mentioned he's going to come back, you know, with a greater respect for the game, which seemed to be a nod to what Tom Watson had said when he said when he comes back, he ought to behave himself a little better. And I think you are going to see him, you know, that he has in mind, he's got all these different Masters to serve right now, and that he does feel, you know, I mean, look, his priority might be his family now, but he clearly has the tour on his mind. And I think you're going to see him when he comes back show a real deference to these other guys, and he's going to be very, very cognizant of what his presence means to them in terms of their ability to earn, but also the distraction that he's going to be anytime he's around.